So we can time travel patterns here that you're holding and through the speed of thought, which is really every time we start to think about what we're trying to do, we slow it down to a vibrational frequency that we can handle consciously. When we do this, we limit the expression of what's possible because we stop tracking things as a multidimensional, full-on awareness in 360 degrees, and we take a slice of, quote, what we call reality and say, it's this problem, it's this pattern at this place at this time. And that, you can understand, could be very limited. Now, what we can do is we can take slices. This would be like, it's actually how you transform, it's the theory, the mathematical patterns behind Fourier transform. You take slices of the pattern. Like we could do this here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 22 slices of a pattern, okay? That allows us then to have the information broken down that we could then reverse engineer. Then we'll go in and we move that pattern like that. Whoa. Okay. And then that changes the rotation of the fields of the electromagnetic energy holding the pattern in so-called physical reality. As I've said to people, that's how the Philadelphia experiment worked. They optically rotated using electromagnetic portion fields the phase of the ship out of phase with the horizon by 60 degrees, and the ship disappeared. Well, you can do the same thing with your problems. You could find that point of rotation, let go into that multidimensional consciousness. Then, by letting go and going, what's why we've emphasized the field of the heart, by letting go and going into the field of the heart, which is a portion field that is non-linear and multidimensional. You then can access essentially your own Philadelphia experiment, and you can bring things into flux, holoflux, instead of this linear step-by-step progression that you would create in order to understand the perceptual fields of what you call your reality. So we can look at this, that. Notice how my hand, and you've seen me do this in seminars, some of you, this, that, and then my hand moves by itself to the midline. Now there's an idea, of course, in the, I guess it's in the Ewan method, you bring things to the midline, but you center, like this, correct. Well, I suppose this is a little bit like that, but it happens by itself automatically. And again, when you're working with things like this, you learn to trust what shows up, how it shows up, how it presents itself. Then it's the question of getting out of the way of asking the question to yourself in a way that doesn't engage the problem state. How do I get out of the way of my own self, which there is no such thing as self, so that's actually pretty easy. But how do I get out of the way enough to allow this to just change without trying to understand it, restrain it, constrain it, or make it behave the way I think it should?